Alright, so we're going to set the tension today on the sweep drive chain. Right here you can see that's way too much play in it. It needs to be about a 1/4 inch up and down, not, wow, it's more like a 1/2 inch up and down. This one's easier to work on than the actual, well, yeah, that's a sweep drive chain. This one's easier to work on than the table motor drive chain. Go ahead. I'm just breaking these free. You don't need a wrench on the other side because the housing on the other side itself, the nuts are boxed in, but just break them free to where it's going to move. Probably just a couple turns. Alright, now I'm going to bring it around on the top side. Alright, it's kind of ordeal to get you some light to see what I'm really doing here. But I got the drive, the actual drive gear system assembly for the sweep arm is in the center of the is in the picture here. Down here low, I've got the lock bolt 17 millimeter, or the lock nut 17 millimeter, and the bolt. I'm going to go ahead and put my socket on the back to hold it, and I'm going to break free the lock nut. Boy, that's set. Alright, so my lock nut is free. Unscrew it by hand. And now I'm going to go ahead and slowly ratchet down on this bolt, and it's driving it in. Set the wrench down. Now I'm feeling over the other side. Sorry, I can't be in two places at once, so I'm feeling over the side to check my tension on the chain. And that feels pretty good to where I want to be. I'm going to go ahead and reach over the top. I'm going to tighten the 4 bolts down that I showed you earlier that I broke free. And the reason I do that is while I'm up here, and once I get tightened back, I want to make sure that it's not too much tension on that chain. Remember these the lock nuts and this bolts that I'm tightening up, they do go through a plastic housing, so pay attention to how much tension you put on them. You don't want to crack out your plastic housing. Alright. That appears to be right and proper. Alright, now that I've got it set back up, I'm going to do what I showed in earlier videos. I'm going to go ahead and realign the timing on the sweep arm, which means I'm getting both of those, the drive arms, parallel with each other. Which brings my sweep, which was resting against my setting table, back to the front of the pin setter. Now that I'm back in the position parallel, I'm going to put the belt back on this wheel just to keep it from moving. Okay, just want to get that set up. Alright, my tension is good on the chain. As you can see, I still got my lock nut out here. I'm going to spin my lock nut down. You could have done that sweep alignment in any order. I just chose to do it. I just wanted to get it taken care of because I didn't want to put the tools back down again. So I'm going to go ahead and put my socket on that head so I don't turn it any more than what it is. Taking my 17 millimeter wrench, tightening up that lock nut, and that sets the tension on the sweep drive chain. I'm going to bring you down and show you the difference. Alright, so you can see I got the chain set back up here. See, I have it's still not perfectly tight, but I have about, in overall, the distance of what I can pick your spot you can flex it the most at. That's where you should be judging from. And from how far you can move when you pull all the way down, pick any reference point, and then push all the way up, and that's the difference of total travel of slack you want in that chain, and that's where I've got that 1/4 inch. I'm real happy with that. And in the video I did tell you that I did tighten these down. I'm not going to tighten them anymore. They're good, but 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts are all tightened back up. My sweep is good.